Hello. Hello, hello. Hello. Blue idiot here from... I was gonna say another dimension. I guess it's the same dimension. How are we doing, everybody? Welcome, welcome. Welcome, Poi. What is up? Welcome, Clyde. How are we doing? How are we doing? What's up, Unicorn? Yeah, I had a bit of a weekend. I was like, oh, yeah, everything's fine, you know, I feel pretty rested. I think everything's gonna be okay. Slept in like 3 hours past my alarm. I'm like, oh shit. Which means I think I slept for a total of... I guess only like 10 hours. I think 10 hours if you've been mostly not sleeping is maybe okay. Maybe that's fine. But I also had some stuff to do, so... we pushed it back to about 3. How are we all doing? How are we all doing? I had a good mini break, I suppose. I had a good mini break because I didn't have to talk to any of you. That's why. It was incredible. I didn't have to talk to anybody. It was so awesome. I don't have to talk to anybody. Anybody, not just Chad. Nobody. No talking. Talking is banned. Banned forever. Incredible. Did anybody see that there's a new 007 game? Because I didn't know. First of all, I'm like, making a new 007 game is crazy. And then I saw that it was made by the Hitman people. And I was like, oh shit, wait. That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense that those people should be the people making a 007 game. And also that it looked pretty cool from the 2 seconds that I saw it. Maybe unsurprising. How long have you been playing Slay the Spire instead of Hollow Knight? I mean, I don't really know what I would do in Hollow Knight. I don't know what I would do in that game, because I've already played it. Which is really funny, because I started a new playthrough of Engage. Which I already... I started one a while ago, and then I never finished it, because... I got to a map where my units were so bad that I just, like, literally couldn't do it. Stream it? Yeah, I don't know about that one, Chief. I barely have enough capability of talking about anything when we're playing, like, Spire. You know what I mean? So usually the stipulation with replaying a game is that, like, you'll have something to talk about, or, like, you understand the format of what you are talking about, so it's easier to make commentary. Like, if I replayed a Fire Emblem game, I would just be yelling about all my hit rates and, like, well, I didn't think that too through, huh? Play the clown music. Squeak my clown horn. Oh man, that... oh, fuck, that archer had advantage? Motherfucker! I can't believe that archer had advantage! Players, have you considered checking their stats beforehand? Nah. Nah, I'm good, bro. I'm good. Alright, see you later, Clyde. Did you say speak my clown horn? No, squeak. Squeak. He said squeak my clown horn. I guess I meant to say clown nose, but... Sup, Raven? How are you doing? What's up, what's up? What's up, what's up? What do I have to say? I don't know if I have anything to say. There was the 007 game thing, because I just noticed that, well, I just noticed that today. Wow, crazy. It's almost like people streaming the thing today on the release of the day before the thing would indicate. I just didn't know they were making one, okay? I played 007 games a really long time ago, and you felt really cool when you did the little gadget things that worked, and then they were all pre-planned, so it, you know, I don't know, man. The verisimilitude was not exactly there, but supposedly in the Hitman games, they're quite good. It's like, wow, I didn't think that I would be able to drop an air conditioning unit on this person as my assassination thing, but yeah, that's just like something you can do. It's pretty cool. I'm wondering what they did with the... I would assume that, well, I guess they're both kind of like secret agent types, right? That kind of feel. Yeah, it's not... I don't think I've ever streamed any type of game like that. I was thinking of just playing it on my Switch Hawk 2, so that I have something to do. Because eventually this Fire Emblem playthrough is gonna finish, and then I'll not have something to do while I'm on the bike. The bike. I wanted to start using I have a stationary bike at home, but at home in the castle? Castle has a stationary bike technology in it. It's kind of loud. So I've taken the very wise advice of the bald man himself, and just decided, yeah, I don't have to. Why focus on exercising? Because I used to do that. I was like, no, I think it's important to be cognizant while doing this completely monotonous task. And it's like, nah. I think I think I'm good. I think I've exercised with cognizance enough in my life that I'm down to do it without the cognizance part. And just feel like fuck that. So we're playing Engage again. Which I have, like, it's the classic, like, okay, what am I gonna do with my team? And then, like, I don't actually have any ideas, and they're kind of like, the only ideas I've cooked are, like, kind of bad. Tried to play games on my bike, but I always get distracted. On your bike? No, I'm assuming a stationary bike, right? Like, you don't play games on, like, an actual bike. Right, that sounds very dangerous. That sounds like you're gonna get absolutely cooked. Yes, a stationary. Okay. I don't know, man. Listen, I don't know. There's some people out here trying to, like, do their gacha dailies while driving to work, so, like, I don't know, man. It's like, dude, I know that it's basically just clicking on sweeps and stuff, but, like, please. Please, dude. Oh, hold on a second. I have to do one ZZZ boss fight while I'm in traffic. Sorry, I meant while on my motorcycle while my honey's holding on to me. So true. Based. That's exactly it. You odd count one. Ugh. Yeah, so my current... This is my only thoughts about my team for my Fire Emblem playthrough. This is what I was thinking. Don't gacha and drive. Absolutely. Follow that advice. Here are my only two thoughts, because the last time I put a Jean on my team, I was like, how are we going to make use of the double stat growths? How are we going to do it? And I think what I did was I put him as a bow knight, maybe? I think that's what I did. And I was like, yeah, this is gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be fine. He's just gonna be a bow knight. He's gonna do no damage. He's gonna be backup support. It's gonna be fine. Problem with that was that having a unit that literally doesn't do damage is really bad. So that was pretty bad. So instead, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have him do no damage, but he's gonna be a dodge tank. We're gonna try using his speed growths to give him a lot of dodge. Not dodge, that's a different stat. A lot of speed, so that he can avoid stuff. Yeah. We're gonna make him a wolf knight. But actually it was because I wanted to see if I could actually make use of hobble. I wonder if I can, like, just give everybody on my team canter and then hobble is, like, really good. But I don't know yet. I don't know. It's like hobble, dodge tank guy. And then the second thing was, I'm trying to actually use Fram. She's not good. Not very... Not super... I don't know, man. For some reason, Fire Emblem decided that dodge would be the name for crit avoid. Yeah, I don't... It's such a weird stat, too. I guess you need crit avoid for, like, tankier, beefier people, maybe? Because, like, if you're an armored class, you don't want to get destroyed by crit avoid, or, like, by crits. So you want to take a set amount of damage every time, which is a lot easier to manage than getting crit and dying. Also, welcome Rav, welcome. Instructions unclear, pulled SSR and crashed a car. Interesting girl incoming. What does that mean? What's that? This is This is a roguelike? Roguelike, female protagonist. Oh, is this... I'm gonna say, is this Spire? No, it looks like, what's that game called? With the... Lamb. Cult of the Lamb. That's what this reminds me of. Yeah, the visual style-wise, it feels like Cult of the Lamb. Looks cool. I don't think I'm ever gonna play it, but it's cool. Okay, so... Okay. Hear me out. Hear me out? Hold on a second. Ram gives a void to herself and the protagonist, Alir, if they're beside each other. Which also means that you give her +3 damage. So if you just always have the units paired together, right? If they're just always beside each other, that means Fram gets +10 avoid and can be a dodge tank, and then the main character can be backup support. And then because you're backup support, then you can have a lot of people standing around you benefiting from the +3, and then actually having the +3 being important. I have no idea what y'all are talking about. Well, Rav brought up a roguelite. I looked at it. Looks like Cult of the Lamb. And now I'm talking about Fire Emblem Engage. Because that's what I was playing the last, like, 5 days. While I was not talking to anybody and taking a mental break. Speaking of games, play Gimmick, also known as Mr. Gimmick. Thank you for the super. What is this? Gimmick. Game. What is this? What the... Okay. This is a 2D platformer. It's an NES game. This is an NES game? Yeah, I was gonna say, this looks like, this looks old, but... I see them, like, throwing stars and then bouncing off of them. That's kind of cool. Available on Steam. Yeah, I was thinking, by the way, about, I don't know. I was just thinking about doing stream-related things. I don't know. Because there's a thing that I felt for a while, which is that the 2 hour... 2 hours is, like, probably the minimum that people expect, right? But the problem is that I feel like the algorithm doesn't, like... either there's, like, a critical mass or critical time in the stream where it either pushes the stream or doesn't push the stream at, like, a certain point in time. And then either that's sort of where it, like, either goes from 4 or 5 or something up to, like, 10, 11, or it goes down to, like, 2, right? There's something like that. Some kind of split like that. And I was like, what if I just did a bunch of things in one day so that I don't have to... Because my problem is always, like, I want to do a bunch of things, but there's only so many slots on the week. So what if I did a bunch of things on one day, and then I actually had to, like... The only problem is that I would have to, like, rotate through a bunch of stuff. And then also I don't know what thumbnail to put on the YouTube side, but... It's like... Like, I could play, like, 2 hours of Spire, and then I could download this game and then play 2 hours of this. And then do something else. Right? Because also, like, I was thinking about Master Duel, and the thing is, like, people who want to casually play Master Duel, but, like, only do so after work, and probably more slanted towards a North American audience, means that, like, the time in which that category is basically valid is, like 8 p.m. EST. So, I was thinking about that. Probably not going to do that today because I'm, like, pretty tired, but this was a thought. It was a thought in the back of my mind. By the way, I read the messages from Unicorn and Poi much earlier. Congratulations on taking time to actually watch something that I haven't, like, done in a really long time. I should. I guess, like, with the... If I have time on the bike, that means I can technically be watching shows. I can also do that. Technically. It's a thing I'm available to do. But yeah, how long is this gimmick game for the purpose of, just for the purposes of scheduling? Creativity progress track? As in, like, my creativity? Or your creativity? Yeah, how's your writing doing? Yours? Mine? I mean, I've done literally nothing the last 5 days, so, like... that was the point. The point was I went and did nothing for 5 days. Yeah, I was taking a break. I was taking a mind break. Not that kind of mind break. I was taking a mental break for my mind. So, you get the point. Yeah, a mind break, exactly. I was taking a mind break. Exactly. See, you understand. 5 days of mind break. Very important for Flaris. 5 days of mind break. Like 2 hours, but it depends on how quick you learn the movement tricks and how much you struggle with some of the more bullshit boss fights. Alright. I could probably give it 2 hours. 3 if we're, like, making progress. 2 if I can't actually do any of the content and I'm raging out of my mind. With Snuggle or BBW? We're gonna dodge that one, I think. I'm gonna hit the avoid chance on that. Yeah, I think before I left, I tried looking more into the Spire 2 code stuff. There isn't a whole lot more resource-wise, and the code base is in fact still as complicated as I feel like it is, so can't really progress in that direction. My watercolor class finished. Theoretically I could do some stuff with that, but I don't really know, you know what I mean? Sort of my problem with this channel, and also just in general, I've always like struggled with some degree of focus, right? Focus and doing like one thing. Usually the successful like indies that I get recommended, who have like who, no joke, have like 400 to 800 views on their live streams. Usually they're doing like one specific thing, right? And I'm like, okay, so we're gonna do all these other things, and I guess the focus thing that I'm doing is shorts, which I haven't been doing well recently. Then I'm also going to post random ass watercolor in the one tab. Let's go. there's a lot of, I don't know, a lot of question marks. So what was I thinking about? I was thinking about something. Doing like one thing, posting art. Shorts? Nope, totally lost it. Oh yeah, so the other thing with the multiple games in one stream was also like, okay, well, if I have like some obligation to play like Chaos Zero for, I don't know, its terms are vague, but I would assume they want like an amount of a stream, not like I played it for 10 minutes, here we are. That's another thing that could fit into a 2-hour block, but not need like an entire stream slot dedicated to it. And theoretically, that means that a stream would be longer, but I don't know if it'd be longer in like a good way, because you're switching the category, and I don't really know. I don't know how it's gonna work out. And then also I don't know how I'd put that on the schedule. But I guess I guess schedules are kind of like schedules are sort of like a corpo VTuber thing, honestly. Like, I think indies do it, but I don't know if, right? Do like IRL or facecam streamers normally do like schedules? Because I don't know if they do. I don't know if they do that. Looking at, I've just been, like, looking at footage of this game. Of this Gimmick Man game. Mr. Gimmick. Just feels like I'm gonna be playing Mega Man. Only streamers I know stream on certain days, no schedule outside of that. I see. I wonder if maybe I want to adopt something similar. But I guess the problem is that if I'm always doing something a little bit different on every day, then it's like, you know, for people who don't want to watch certain things, it's like, well, why am I showing up, you know? But the thing is going like, well, if I'm going to be live on certain days, then you have a lot more freedom to be like, oh, a new game is coming out. So, like, tomorrow, for example, this is just for example. I don't actually necessarily want to play this game on stream. The new 007 game's coming out tomorrow, or, like, in 5 hours or something like that. So I could just, like, play that tomorrow. And then, like, posting a schedule is not as limiting or restricting. Then I felt like the other benefit of a schedule, the other half of a benefit of a schedule, I guess, or whatever, is that it is like posting artwork and stuff. Yeah, but I don't got it like that, guys. You know what I mean? I unfortunately do not have like 12 commissions of Flaris lined up, even though I really wish I did. I should plan to make a Flaris calendar. We'll make a Flaris swimsuit calendar, clearly. It'll be all of varying different timelines. It'll be different timelines, so it's not just this timeline. It's not just this one. I feel like some people would, I don't know if that's a product people would buy. I'm not saying for merch reasons. I'm saying if you think about the context of a calendar, right, and you're like, okay, this has to be a quality product of a calendar. You're trying to sell the calendar to people. Like, you would assume that you want it to be, like, valuable. Isn't part of the point of a swimsuit calendar that it's 12 different girls? I don't know. I feel like I would buy a swimsuit calendar that's all one character. Some people would. Best to not finish that line and let chaos erupt. Some people would. Well, yeah, I mean, like, you can do different hairstyles and different whatevers. You can do different body proportions. And then you could have, like... I was gonna say, which month would it be? I don't know. Month 8 is just gonna be Femboy Flaris in swim shorts. And it's like, wait a second. Wait, is that allowed? Yes. I do believe it is. Hello. Oh, you guys are like way behind me. What you doing back there? Get out of there. Stop sniffing my armpit, dude. Get. Licking bro! Bro! You know when the last time I watched this thing was? That's gross. Why are you a man? I don't know, I think because I was born as one. And I've not felt the need to change my gender identity. Does that answer your question? Hello? I don't think there's any cherries in there, my dude. Hate to break it to you. Bakushin incident.gif. Okay, so have we talked about the Bakushin incident? have we ever acknowledged or discussed the Bakushin incident? The Bakushin incident. But have we... has this been a thing that we have acknowledged? It's stupid. It's literally just called the Bakushin incident gif. Oh, man. Sanest. Just sanest Uma fans. Sanest Uma fans. I've acknowledged it nightly for a while. So good. So good, bro. Oh, man. Alright, well, I was going to play some Spire. That's all I've really got for today. I don't know if I was going to do anything else. I guess I was going to yap for half an hour, because that's what I did. Listen, all I'm saying about the Bakushin incident is that, like, there are some people who are like, man, they raced for a while, and that was really cool. Now that they're finished racing, I can help with the cleanup. It's like it's just an A plus B type scenario. It's like circumstances, they raced and are sweaty. Circumstance B, I'm gonna lick their armpit. Like, it's not very complicated, right? It's just an A plus B type scenario. I just don't see why this is confusing to people. It's just very normal. It's probably the most normal reaction you could have with like an A plus B scenario where, you know, like everyone in the Umacom. Umacom? What's Umacom? What's wrong with helping people? That's what I'm saying! What's the issue? Can I look them? I don't know. Are you either trainer? Community? Just calls it that. Yeah, all I'm saying is that, like, they're sweaty. Presumably their sweat is, like, some degree uncomfortable for them, so we're just trying to be a good trainer and then help them out with that. It's really easy. I feel like this is a problem with society as a greater whole, is that we are not willing to help people. We're not willing to spare our resources, our time, our effort, our caring for other people. And I feel like how I want to help Umas and Uma Musume is by being their sweat towel. It's really easily, that's just it, that's all. I'm trying to not make this complicated. I just want to have ways for people to understand what I'm saying. Is the message clear? Do I feel like do people understand what I was saying? Tried to help people, they ignore me anyways. Well, shit, man, I don't know what to tell you about that. I don't know what to tell you about that. I feel like I have gone out of my way for a few people sometimes, and it's kind of been whatever. Because, like, I don't have a whole lot of energy, honestly. There's, like, a billion things that I should be doing that I'm not doing. But for the few people that I've gone out of my way for, it's like, it was fine. And it's kind of like what do you say? It's the clear, classic trap of content creation, you know what I mean? Where it's like, well, you know, offering to do some clips for some people, or, you know, offering to do art for some people, or offering to whatever, etc. It's like, did this probably help their community in some way or another? Sure. Did both of those people no longer have active streaming personalities? Yep. So, that's fine, I guess. When I say classic trap, I mean, like, well, you know, they clearly weren't going to the moon or anything, so. And if you're not psychotic like I am, then you probably would have stopped by now. You know what I mean? We have reactions, by the way. I don't know if you noticed that. Like, can I send these to my own channel? Because that's funny. Whoa, that's so funny! Because I tested it, and it doesn't show up on the screen anymore. The problem used to be that there was like a heart icon that showed up at the bottom of the chat with the code stuff, and it's not there anymore. So, yippee, yippee, yippee. Oh, I didn't react to the patch notes because I wasn't here. I read them. What were the changes? It was changes to like Skulkin Colony and Skulkin Colony and Aeon Glass is different. Were there any card changes? Oh, there was a card change. There was a card change actually. You wanna know what's the best card change in the freaking world? Yo, check this out. Yo, check this shit out. Yo, we're so fucking back. We're so back. I just wanted the AoE weakened part of Crippling Cloud and they gave it back to me. Let's go. Yeah, I don't know if it's like good, but there it is. Why can't they just give us back Crippling Cloud, man? Just give it back to us, please. I understand you're like, oh, 0 cost. Make it, what was Crippling Cloud? 2 energy? That's fine, right? 2 energy, AoE poison, remove haze instead. Listen, we want to nerf Sly So if we remove Haze from the Sly package, and then we put it into Scare, and don't give Scare Sly, then the game will be balanced. How many days since Flower took a shower? I'm not answering that question. You don't have to worry about that. Yeah, see, I feel like that would be good. Yeah, I think I played maybe one. I played like a silent run, I think. Spire 2 isn't out on Switch, right? Because it's like this is like open beta, basically. They'll probably release it when it's like done or something. Because I was thinking about things to play on the bike. It's like, do I go back to Slay the Spire 1? I can play Defect and Slay the Spire 1. I've never tried playing Spire on the Switch. Has anyone else done that? Right, who are we playing today? Blue or green? But I like Haze. I had a run where I got like 10 Withers from Aeon Glass because it was a 4 prep 1 acro deck with a Haze win con. Yeah, I mean, that seems a little ambitious. It might have been more than 10. I eventually stopped counting. Yeah, I haven't fought Aeon Glass yet, so we'll see. Well, they changed something else. They also changed the Dorito chip, I think. I didn't fight it yet. So I wonder what's going on with that. Okay. What are you doing here? We got rest sites and elites. We have greed, so we can do this early shop. I was looking at this. Basically. It's like bonfire sandwich. The other side doesn't have a shop. Can we do something without a shop? Like card reward potion. Dorito is stronger and way more punishing for silent. True. What is your opinion on Snakebite? So I have a question. Do you actually want my opinion on Snakebite, or like is this a meme question? Because I'm down to tell you that Snakebite is the most dogshit card ever printed because that's funny. But I just want to confirm like what we're asking here. Because I'm totally down. Listen, I'm down to run both bits. I just like need to know if you're being serious. Both? Okay, so Snakebite is dog shit because it's 2 energy. God, what's the calculation for it again? It's like 2 energy deal like 29 damage or something like that. Oh, at the exact same time? Shit, I don't know, man. So I was presented with an opinion recently. I think this was from a Jorbs video, which was basically saying that damage commons are in a bit of an awkward place because like elites aren't very good because Act 1 costs a lot of HP. It's 28 damage. Yeah, so because Act 1 costs so much HP, and if you have a moderately decent deck that just rests here before fighting the boss, and you have like, what's it, like 40-ish plus HP, that your Act 1s can become very, very boring, and then like you don't actually need damage commons. That being said, I think Snakebite is a very good damage common. It's just questionable like whether you need damage commons or not. And also like inspired cards are all like contextual, right? So like I know Poi has expressed before that they're not a huge fan of Snakebite, which is fine because it's very likely that the way that they draft decks are different from the way that I draft decks. And like if I find a Snakebite, I will probably more aggressively draft a Deflect because I want to be able to confirm a Snakebite plus Deflect on turns like when it's not good, but also that I feel comfortable setting up turns that are like where like it's not attacking me and then Snakebite is free damage. So yeah, if you need something for the boss and Snakebite can do that job, if it's what you get. Yeah, exactly. So like picking one or two good damage commons is probably contextually relevant for your Act 1 boss. But also, like, you could be doing significantly crazier things in this game by the time you get to Act 2 and Act 3. So it kind of puts the onus on you to like not draft as much in Act 1, like just have a good enough deck, have enough HP for the boss, get to Act 2, and then kind of like skyrocket your build by like not really picking cards. Which is weird because that's not exactly how Spire 1 worked. Like the only character that I think that could successfully do that was Watcher, by like not drafting things and only removing cards and then solely relying on Erupt and stuff like that. I've heard Necrobinder's kind of in a similar place with Unleash. Like I've heard Unleash does like pretty crazy damage, but I don't play that class, so I don't know. Snakebite D's nuts. Listen, buddy, I don't think you want me to snakebite your nuts because you'd be too into it. And like, all I'm saying is that like, don't ask for something that you don't want to happen, right? Like, I don't think you want my teeth down there. Because I'll do it. But we're playing the Effect right now. The Defect. The Effect. Necrobinder starts with Barricade and has Body Slam as a starting deck card. Exactly. It's like, that's pretty good, you know? Don't threaten him with a good time. Exactly. You don't want me poking around in there. Beam Cell, Hotfix, Claw. Yeah, like, for example, I'm a pretty aggressive Hotfix taker, but it's, like, not super good. Alternatively, we can take floor 1 Claw and lose the run. I'm more waiting for the mod support for Slay the Spire 2 to come out. I am too, because I want to work on Flag Bearer. I just don't understand the code at all. Like, I do sort of. I'm putting it in hyperbole, but the idea is that, like, I sort of understand where everything is, but because there isn't, like, there isn't very robust documentation, like, you would need to rely on programmer skills that I don't have in order to set up all the other stuff. Like, for example, there was a pretty important thing for how I coded Flagbearer 2 called actions. And actions were pretty robust in how they were implemented in Spire 1, which is like you would literally set up a different class that was an action, and then it had like a bunch of code that it was supposed to run. All of the buffs in Flagbearer 2 would basically go into that action, determine what the buff that was getting applied was, and then like spit out what it was supposed to do, which is why there were so many bugs with it, just for the record. So I don't think you can set up actions, like custom actions in Spire 2, like in the code base without knowing how to program stuff. Like there's no like action class that like how that worked in Spire 1. So basically, like this giant 30% chunk of my code base for Flagbearer 2, which was like integral to what, 30 of the cards? It wasn't 30 cards, but like integral to a bunch of the cards. Like I just can't code that. And it's very frustrating to me because I'm like, yeah, I just don't know how that works. I don't know, man. I wish I knew, but I don't. It's really frustrating to me. So I'm also waiting for more mods. The only mods I've seen has been turning everybody into cute anime girls, which is like, you know, that's reasonable. That's incredibly fair, but also like, you know, I don't know what we're buying here. This all kind of looks bad. Does any of this look good? Like Synthesis with no powers has what? A damage common? Turbo with no card draw. Turbo with no context for playing it because we have Claw. Beam Cell with Claw is like not a thing. We have like Synchronized with no orbs. We have Hailstorm with no frost orbs. Like Golden Axe is a card. We could play Golden Axe. Pretty sure Lipstick is bad. No context for Intimidating Helmet. And Lee's Waffle is like, okay, I guess. Rouge is alright, but it's not great on Defect. Yeah, I feel like because it's not good on Defect, it's like whatever. Is there another shop? There's another one like right here. We could go to that. We miss out on bonfire before the elite, but I feel like this shop doesn't have anything in it. And that's concerning. I could buy this potion, and that maybe solves our elite fight, but I don't know. I don't know, bro. Man, Defect does so much damage when you draw stuff in the right order. It's sad how immensely unpickable prep time is. Prep time? Which one was that? Was that in our last shop? Or prep time is the vigor one, right? Start of your turn, gain 4 vigor. Yeah, 2 claws is a solution to Act 1. Is it? I mean, I feel like I want to be able to block a little bit. There's a scrape. I think we're gonna pop this Ori and try to find, where's the thing? I think we maybe take this Feral. I'm down with taking a hologram to pick up Claw. Sure. What if we had 3 claws? Now I don't know. Cool-headed, maybe? I'm down with taking, like, a cool-headed just to have the passive block and draw. Okay, this is like a deck of cards. This is definitely a deck of cards. So what elite would we be concerned about at this point? It's like bird, statue, and the parasite, right? I think our plan for all of them is basically the same. And I don't think... I'm basically wondering if we want to buy this. Maybe we buy this for the boss. Just in case. And the thing I'm sort of concerned about now is... I just want to have, like, a Glacier or another big block card, I think. I want to upgrade this hologram. Unless we take the fight through, but if we take fight through and then we find compact, that's like pretty good, right? I guess we also like scrape past the wounds potentially. I don't know. Just remove a strike instead. The claw. The oh my god. The claw. And now I will hit you with my claws. Take 23. And then here I will hit you with my claws. Wow! Guys. I think I figured out this new strategy on Defect. You take this common card called Claw, and then if you put a bunch of them in your deck, it synergizes with the 0-cost synergy space, and then you can pick a bunch of claws and they do a bunch of damage. I think I figured that out today. Isn't that huge? That's kind of huge, isn't it? Any other claw maxers? Fucking rawr. And then I will play a claw. Oh my god, can we get a... Dude, can we get a defect mod that changes... Okay, hear me out. So you see like these little points on the defect? Can we change this into like cat ears? And then we'll be claw maxing. YouTube keeps autocorrecting XD to this damn emoji, so I can't write my dumb joke. Fucking rar XD. Rar XD uwu. Nuzzles you. Is this where I say, by the way, where the fuck is Saba? I don't think so. Yeah, I watched the recent Parrot video on her, and it was like, damn, people are wild. People are wild individuals. That's all I will say. It's generally my reaction to those videos. Momentum Strike is another thing that I could pick up, but we have 3 claws, and I think we're fine. Next. What if we fought 3 elites? That'd be crazy. Oh. No! It doesn't count as the first one I played because I already played one! Ah! Ah! Damn, this claw deck's going crazy. I'm getting all the claw things that say that I can claw. I will take a second claw at it. I think ideally if I could just spam bullheadeds to draw claws, then I'm happy because they will make block. They will generate block for me. But also I'm like double upgrade deaded right now. What does Feral's upgrade do? Cost 1? I think it cost 1. I'm gonna be honest, I literally haven't done anything claw related. Like, I haven't picked Feral, I haven't picked up claw at all. I think I could take a reboot. Because if I go like claw, next draw is reboot, then I think I'm down with that. Yeah, I haven't like done any claw related stuff. Usually because it's bad, but also because I haven't really done it, so. I think it'd be cool if we clawed it up. Yeah, so we hit the reboot. We don't draw claw because we suck. Nope, can't play that. Okay, hit the claw. And it's gonna flip. They don't have Feral yet, right? I could draw Feral. We didn't draw Feral. This is 12 block. This is like 20-something damage. Did you know that if you kill the big parasite with a thunderclap, the wrigglers become vulnerable? Oh, that's kind of interesting. I'm guessing that's because the... Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Thunderclap is worded do damage and then vulnerable, right? I'm assuming. Because that's how it sounds like it works, but... Kill it with Omni Slash, the Wrigglers will take the spread damage. Oh, that's cool. Probably rest here. Alright, we're gonna immediately invalidate this run, guys. We're safe quitting. Oh, wait, I keep forgetting we have access to the compendium. I was gonna go to the menu to do the compendium. Yeah, deal 4 damage and apply 1 vulnerable to all enemies. So that's definitely... Because, like, Spire works on a queue system, right? So... Like, you can interrupt the queue with, like, in between, like, a card resolving. Right, which is also why I think in certain, like, multi-hit things, also... Actually, multi-hits get processed all at the same time. They have, like, one step. So, I don't know. What was the other card you said? Omni Slash? Or Omni Slice. Deal damage all other enemies equal to damage dealt. That's cool. Yeah, because these are it's why Knife Trap is like that. Yeah, it's like play all of the shivs instead of deal X damage equal to how many shivs are in exhaust. You just actually play all the shivs. I mean, that also has other implications, right? But yeah, I think deal 8. Yeah, this like there's clearly a period here, but yeah, in code this would just be like, you know, action deal 8 and then like action equal to damage do AoE damage. It'd be two different lines, like two actions, which means that if anything happens, I guess that is to say that the way that the queuing works for certain monster actions, like for the Wrigglers or whatever, they put their action at the top of the queue, which actually kind of makes sense. I mean, like that, I want to say that makes sense, or it feels like it makes sense. But I don't think they have an add to top or add to bot thing. So that's actually weirder than I think it is. I don't know how it works. We can have another feral. How does this work if we have 2 ferals? Does it like not... Does it not work if we have 2 ferals? I'm just gonna figure out how it works. Returns the first 2? Oh, okay. So it does work. Wow, that's busted. That's crazy busted. It cannot be. Is that the RAR XD defect? It couldn't possibly. Impossible. One, 2, 3. Helix drill. Yeah, I don't think that's relevant to us. But it's a 0 cost. It is a 0 cost that can be drawn with Scrape or Feral or whatever. I don't know if this is good, right? This can do like on face before we spend any energy drawing cards or whatever. Like, let's say we did a turbo and then it's 6. This is 5 times 6 damage. That's like 30? With Feral, it would be 60 damage. Is that good? I don't know. One Feral oddity is that it returns the card to hand from anywhere, so if a 0 cost card exhausts upon being played, it'll be returned to hand. Does it work for powers as well? Like if you Snecko Oil a power and then you play it, does it go back to your hand? But also you're saying that we can go sicko mode with reboot? Feral's attacks only. Well, so that answered both of my questions. That did answer both of my questions. But I guess that'll be relevant for... I was gonna say Doormaker. It's not Doormaker anymore, so I don't know. I kind of want to try the Helix Drill, but I don't know if it's good. I'm like really, really hesitant. It's probably bad. We have like 3 claws in our deck. It's gonna be fine. We're claw central. Oh, that was the silent run that I played before I left, by the way. Well, this is broken. The silent run I played before I left to go not talk to anybody for multiple days was I played a Shiv silent run where I was like, man, I really wish I had some blocks, and then I didn't have blocks. So my only option was to kill the bosses really, really fast. And I beat the queen, so my second boss, with 1 HP remaining. It should actually be in my run history, so I can go check it. Debating how much I want to like do this path. Or can like do some shopping. Okay, so we have like the Dorito chip, which I don't know what he does currently. We have the Biomancer, and we have the Decimillipede. I'm kind of scared of the Decimillipede because we have no AoE, and I don't know if we're fast enough to kill them, but maybe we are. This rarely comes up, however, since Defect doesn't have any attacks that exhaust on play, and the only colorless card or colorless attack that does so is Dramatic Entrance. So if it happens, you need something like Splash, or to get very specific cards from events. Okay. I understand. A pop. I don't know what I was expecting. I don't want to take 15 damage. No. I guess adding a boost away is something that I can get off of Scrape and get block. Because we technically don't actually have that much block. This is also kind of block, so we'll take it. Do we want defense? No. Do it again. Not playing my Feral. It not mattering. Turbo, Beam Cell, Pile Driver. So, I mean, like, our card draws are cool headeds and we need to upgrade them, which I'm down to do. I guess I should have prioritized more bonfires. I do think I want to prioritize more bonfires. Still have to upgrade the cool headeds. Rocket Punch, I think, isn't contextually relevant. Supercritical is energy that I think we don't need. Alchemize is kind of interesting. Thorns is actually kind of interesting. Can help. If I buy these two, this could maybe help with the Decimillipede fight. Then Chaku is energy that I don't think we need. I'm pretty sure I'm going to take damage. Excuse me. Or like Power Potion remove. I don't know how to feel about FTL. We can get FTL off Scrape. So is that good? I guess we're also kind of looking for an all for one. That'd be sick. It's like card draw in a can. This is 227. I feel like the bronze scales is maybe not that good. It's probably fine. Do we want Shockwave? We have Go for the Ice for weaken already. Oh, Vulnerable is like kind of a real thing. Vulnerable might actually be kind of real. But we could get it through Beam Cell, and we haven't picked a Beam Cell. FTL is not as good as Claw with Feral, but it is a draw too. Yeah, I was thinking off of Scrape. That's kind of where my head was at, but yeah, FTL with Feral is also good. It is a draw too. It's like converting a feral, or not a feral, converting a scrape into drawing a random card. I guess you've already drawn your claws. You're trying to draw a not claw with this feral off scrape. Keep saying feral, FTL. All for One is my favorite, plus the artwork for it. Yeah, it's literally like it is the reference. It's the All Might punch. That's what it looks like, right? I'm not crazy. Am I crazy for this? Yeah, it's literally this. It's literally the All Might punch. You know what other one actually fucks me up? Does anybody know this one? Please tell me I'm not old. Please look me in the eye right now and tell me I'm not old. Please, for the love of God, someone needs to recognize this. Please. 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 Please tell me someone else recognizes this. Home Improvement, obviously. Gurren Lagann, old man. Yeah. So back when I was recording runs, not recording runs anymore, but when I was recording runs, I had a Heavenly Joe run that I didn't publish, but it was like a Gurren Lagann thumbnail. I don't remember what was on it. I think it might have just been like the picture, but Gurren Midgen. Yeah, you know, I actually had a conversation with someone who they were talking about Player Obscure, like Expedition 33. And they were like, because this was around the Game of the Year stuff. They were like, you know, I don't know. Like, I played Expedition 33 and like it was fine. I don't know why people are super like, I don't know why people are freaking out about this game. Like, is this really a Game of the Year type game? And like my answer to that was basically like, I don't think that like award shows or games of the year or anything like that, like just in general, even the context of like what is good art, is that like I don't think the context of what makes a good art piece has much to do with the objective quality of the art. Like, it does, to an extent. But I think that if there's some kind of cultural phenomenon that people latch onto and are like, this is important to me, and also it's important to the people around me because I can like talk to them about it and then they'll have an opinion on it, right? It's like a shared experience. Like, that is what makes something from what's it called? Hey, thank you for the 40 months, Cesar. Thank you. Especially like those enemies, by the way. Hi, nice day. Do you have to go? Yeah, hello, Cesar. Welcome. I think maybe now I can take this FTL. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm playing a zero cost deck. I don't know what I'm doing, man. This was because I picked 3 claws on floor like 0 through whatever. But yeah, so I think having objective qualifiers is important, and I think being able to like, you know, have frameworks for judging pieces of art in ways that are comparable is like important. Like, don't get me wrong. But also I think that there's something to be said about like stuff that is important to people for a time, or like have influenced people in a particular way that it's like, yeah, that was important to people. Like, that's why it's Game of the Year. It's not Game of the Year because it's like a like 7 billion out of 10, whatever. It's like, it's because that was important to people at the time. So you said Gurren Midgen. Listen, it's not like that's my favorite show or anything, right? I'm not defending it on that axis. I'm defending it on the basis that like, well, this show seemed pretty important to people at a point in time for a few reasons. So you can be mid. There's no issues with that. You can be mid, but still be an 11 out of 10 to certain people. The end of this month, I can finally buy you the Tsukiyomi game. Hopefully nothing bad happens, TPH. I feel kind of bad, Cesar. I don't want to... Like, is it really that important? You know what I mean? I don't want to be taxing you your monthly wage to play this game, dude. I never finished it, but I thought it was definitely better than mid. Xbox 33? I think so. Yeah, just for the record, this person's opinion wasn't that it... Like, he just didn't think it was a 10 out of 10. Like, for him, the qualifier for, like... Oh, Gurren Lagann? Oh, okay, yeah. Well, sure, same difference. I'm gonna clarify this person's opinion because I didn't fully say what his opinion was. But basically, he was like, no, I thought it was like an 8 out of 10, maybe even a 9 out of 10. But, like, he's the type of person who, like, doesn't really put things in 10 out of 10. And that's, like, a certain way people act. Or, like, people, whatever. They're like, oh, I could never put something in 10 out of 10. But for me, I'm more of the belief that it's, like, 10 out of 10 has, like, a degree of... Like, you probably want to be able to point to some kind of objective qualifier to support a 10 out of 10. But at the same time, you could say subjectively that there is... Like, the salience to you is more important when you're rating a 10 out of 10 than saying that everything is, like, objectively correct. Like, you could say that the animation style of the 90s had objectively correct things executed about it within the context of the 90s. And then nowadays say that it is objectively incorrect because the current standards of, like, style guides are not the same. Right? So, like, I think it's just not important. You know what I mean? It's, like, the less important part to observe because you need to observe things within a temporal context. But people can... I don't know how to say this. People can barely understand how to, like, construct, like, an objective subjective argument about their qualifiers because they can't explain what the fuck is in their head. If people can't even do that, it is hard for them to also add a temporal context to whether they should be judging something like X, Y, or Z. Right? Like, I just... I don't know what to say, man. You know? Which is why I think the easier lens to take is just to say that, you know, focus on describing on why you like something first. And then you can get to objective qualifications after that. I know someone who actually said Sword Art Online and Fairy Tail was their favorite anime, so I know what you mean. Nice. Yeah, exactly. Whereas it's like, I think most people with, like, the vibe check would tell you that, like, those are not incredible anime, which is what I would say. At the same time, some people think Frieren is really bad, so I think that those people should get suplexed into a dumpster. And, like, that's not my opinion, it's a fact, so I don't know what to tell you. So no, Sag, time to unsubscribe for the PC called Life. Jokes aside, I really want to see you playing. Sure, I'll play it. I just, like, want to be... Take additional damage from attacks this turn. Oh, that's really interesting. Oh, because it has the multi-hit, huh? Do I still get energy back? All skills are tainted. I don't get energy back for hitting it? Oh, we're so cooked. Okay. So now what? So defending is still good up to a point, right? And it's worse on multi-hit turns? Okay. I'm gonna think about this for a second. Alright. Yeah, like, I can honor your request, Cesar. I just, you know... When you tell me you have to save up for, like, a month to just me playing a game for 2 hours, it just feels kind of like I shouldn't be twisting your arm, you know what I mean? Please take care of yourself first, type B. The anti-spiral part of Gurren Lagann, while hype in its own way, is definitely an emotional step down from the first half. I agree. I'm inclined to agree. I definitely felt less compelled by the second half than the first half. Which, listen, all I want to say is that, like, having 02 is a very... She exists. She's great. And all I'm saying is that I'm not a very... How do I say I'm a bottom without saying that I'm a bottom? 02 can kick my ass, and that'd be cool. Same thing for Darling in the Franxx. First half was okay. And then the second half happened. And then it happened. It's like classic Trigger, though. They just do that. Will you suplex me into the Frieren is bad dumpster? Do you not like Frieren? I will kill you. This is a threat. You are legally allowed to bring me for this. Gremlin Knob 2.0. Yeah, I guess, yeah, you're kind of right. Take 3 more damage. Right, because it's kind of like, anger or whatever it's called. Yeah, I see what you're saying. I'm picking up what you're putting down. So you can understand why this fight is harder for Silent. No, I don't think I understand play. I couldn't see why there'd be any relationship between playing skills and making it more difficult to fight this boss. Actually. Each skill needs to be worth 4+ to be worth playing, and block for 10+ to be worth playing in the triple attack turn. Okay. Makes sense. I'm wondering if we're rebooting now. So that I can hit Claw. It'd be like Claw, basically, yeah. I want to hit Claw. We still have block. Go for the eyes is fine, too. Do it again. Right. I'm just gonna... Okay, rock golems, you can twist another thing instead. That's crazy. I don't like pre-ren at all. Mid-ren? Do you guys just want to be suplexed into a dumpster? Is that why you're doing this? I'm gonna play my feral first. This is acceptable. Take a little bit of damage. I wouldn't call it mid, but yeah, pre-ren at Journey's midpoint. Oh, it's like Knob, but the strength is a second. Right. Yeah. You know what? I didn't put that together, but you are correct. It's like kind of cool. It's an interesting boss. I've never watched the anime. All I know is the memes. Which memes do you know of? Which memes are you... like, just curious, like, you know. There's a few that come to mind. Most of them are Faron's feet, but I don't I don't know what other memes to think about. Suplex me so hard that my back will break. You know what? Maybe I shouldn't threaten people with suplexes and punching and stuff because they're too into it. I'm concerned. We have 2 bonfires, and ideally I'd want to upgrade both cool-headeds, but here's what we're going to do is we're going to rest, and then we're going to hopefully be able to upgrade in the next one. A little bit of extra damage for our claws is nice. Glacier. I feel like these are the types of runs where I'm like, well, I was just given literally everything. I guess we win the run. I'm not trying to jinx it, but like it does feel like kind of just got the nuts, and now I'm not really doing anything. I can enchant an attack with corrupted. Do 50% more damage. Does that scale with how claw works, or does it take the base value? How would it take the base value? It doesn't make sense. I guess it does. The Freerun crying meme. I guess the several different times Freerun is crying. Yeah, mimic. The chin art meme, I do remember that one. And the potion of claws dissolving. True, true, true. It does scale. That makes sense. I guess that's like kind of good. Now one claw is going to be slightly bulkier than the other claw. Don't ask me why my right claw is bulkier than my left claw, because you don't want the answer to that question. It's usually upgrade then rest, both because the upgrade may save HP in the upcoming fight, but also because that chest or event could have given you something that made the rest better. Yeah, okay, tell me you're a Northern Lion watcher without saying you're a Northern Lion watcher. No, I'm not going to go for the out of post box for resting in the second one. You are a golem? Shouldn't you have those? Golems have no genre. I don't know what you're talking about. Golem? I genuinely don't watch Northern Lion play Say the Spire. Okay, so there have been a number of his runs where he's like, so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna upgrade and we're gonna rest later, and then we hit the post box! Like, this has happened more than one time, and he's been like, no, you don't understand. We always upgrade first and then we rest. And to me, I guess it's maybe more situational, but I genuinely, I think that being at 30 HP in Act 2 is scary. So I would actually much rather rest first, and I don't think that upgrading Cool-Headed is going to make that better. You know what I mean? Any max HP relic or pillow? Yeah, I guess it would depend on like how scared I am, but maybe I can afford to be less scared to like upgrade first. But I definitely like 99% of the time rest first then upgrade. Which maybe that's a mistake. I don't know, man. Compile driver, cold snap, beam cell. Are we taking beam cell? I feel like I've taken too many zero cost cards for my one scrape-in deck, but here we are. We're going to get an all-for-one at the boss, and it's going to be epic. It's going to be so epic. Well, it's not dead. Why isn't it dead? Holy moly, dude. If it's an elite, I absolutely agree with rest first, but with a chest and an event in between, it's upgrade first. Sure. I mean, again, like that can be fine. If it's an upgraded hallway fight and I die because I'm at 30 HP, and then I'm like, wow, I sure drew another card off of Cool-Headed, then like I'll feel like a dumbass. Is all I'm saying. I'm scared of anything and everything in this game. And I will continue to be a scared baby about it. Which is exactly why we're resting here. Always upgrade, never restart. If you get hit, you don't need to rest, but also HP is a resource you can use when you have no blocks. I mean, like, most of that is right. Sequencing. before it got added to the bestiary, I never noticed that Kaiser Crab was partially robotic. Yeah. Like one of this claw, right? Is robofied. Yeah. I feel like Slay the Spire 2 is too HP tax heavy. I've heard people comment on the same thing. Like I've heard people say like fights cost a lot of HP. Oh shit. Fights cost a lot of HP in general. And then they tend to cost the same amount of HP, was the observation that the one creator made about like the Act 1 boss. Which, you know, I've only really adopted that strategy for like a few runs, and it seems pretty good. I'm not super incredible at this game, so I'm just kind of like applying the stuff that I get told. Which, like, just for the record, if I was playing Slay the Spire casually, like by myself, if I didn't have to go live with Slay the Spire, then I probably wouldn't focus too hard on like playing better. But for me, it does kind of feel like, well, if I just am garbage at the game constantly, then maybe people won't want to watch me. So I'm at least trying to improve a little bit. Okay, this just hits the guy on the left. So easy. Easy clap. I can't believe this floor 1 claw pick is working out, though. It's pretty crazy. All for one. See, this is what I said, man. This is what I said. It's all coming together. It's all coming together. There's Slay the Spire casual. Does that mean there's competitive Slay the Spire? I think some people would say that, but I don't know. I don't know if I would say that. I think we're taking wishes here. I don't, like, because our deck is fairly focused on doing the 0-cost claw thing, so adding a bunch of random garbage to it I think is not good. I want to be able to draw claws. I want to be able to draw cards for Scrape and Cool-Headed, and Reboot, obviously. So we can't take the top one, which means that we're just taking these and probably double removing these curses eventually. Wishing for All for One is probably pretty good, and I don't know what else we would wish for. Wish for Scrape is probably good. Wish for Glacier is probably pretty good. Wish for Feral is probably pretty good. So I'm a little concerned with our pathing here, because I want to remove cards, but, like, this looks kind of weird. Just looking at that, but, like, then, you know what I mean? It's a joke, bro. Casual Smash, there's competitive Smash, if you know what I mean. Oh, no, I am aware. I'm definitely aware. If you weren't expecting players to answer a reference or joke with, like, a question or a serious response that kind of either implies that I don't know what the reference is, or that I'm stonewalling the reference, then I don't know. I guess it's like a rock, paper, scissors. That's the Flaris rock, paper, scissors. Did they understand and they're joking, or, you know, Scrape to draw Wish? That's sick. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Yeah, you're so right. That is pretty sick. There we go. HP is a resource, but I rather that it's a resource that only gets spent on shit luck or trade, but I hate that Slay the Spire 2 HP tax that is unavoidable in most fights. Yeah, like, I agree. I definitely think that, like, this game makes you spend HP a lot more aggressively, and I don't know how to feel about it. Because the thing is, right, the other half of people saying, Flaris not understanding feels like a 90-10, not an RPS. Okay, you're banned. Put user in timeout for 70 hours. Wow, thank you. Banned. Ban that man. Mods, ban them. Mods don't ban them. Okay. It's like, what are these bridges, man? Get him banned! Yeah, I was gonna say that I feel like the HP expenditure in this game is like, that's what I was gonna say. The other half of spending HP is that if spending HP is like a big portion of the game, then that in some way somewhat implies that there is a vulnerability to solving that problem first. Which is why I've also heard people saying that finding a robust block solution, especially with the context of Act 1, seems a lot more effective for winning the game than anything else. So it's like, if you just, you know, you just block them. You just block them, they can't do anything. And then you win. Oh, I didn't realize that I had that in the deck. Dipped. Shadow Reel is real? Who is the Shadow Reel? Who told you that the Shadow Reel was real? Do I need, like, just a block card? Should I draft a leap? I think we've been looking for, a boost away. Oh, I have fan. I am a ghost. You have died. Mods, what's his balls? No. You at the moment you just unalive someone out of existence? No, what do you mean by that? I'm not the shadow ban secrets, that's what I was gonna say. The shadow ban person. I'm the, like, out in broad daylight. Like, they put the story on the news. They're like, unicorn banned in Claris's chat almost immediately. Said one bad thing about streamer man. Got banned immediately. Scrape. Okay, that wasn't the coolest scrape ever. What if I went wish for hologram to pick up scrape? And then I scraped and then I actually got stuff. Nope, we suck. Speaking of that, I finally took Golden Seal since I've heard people speaking well of it, and I did win that run, but I had 200 gold when I picked it up and never spent any money at events or shops. It's kind of rough. Ran out of gold at turn 3 of the second Act 3 boss. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, seems kind of hard to, like, not go to any shop ever, I would say. See, the context for something like that, also, like, for something like Golden Seal, I want to say, you're like, well, what if my deck went faster, right? Like, were you playing a slower deck? I'm just asking because I'm curious. Like, I wonder if it goes, oh, what if we... You know, what if we play a deck that is aiming to just, like, play shivs and then win the game immediately, for example? I wonder if that's a good context indicator for when you can take Golden Seal. That's the full part of my question. There we go. So I'm basing that judgment off of what you're gonna say. It's made up of made me think twice about picking it up, but it was the only decent pick. So yes, this was a slow deck, and then you weren't sure if it was good because it was a slow deck, but it kind of worked out anyways. That's not bad. Yeah. And I think that going, like, running out of gold on turn 3 of second act boss, or the second act 3 boss, running out of gold on turn 3 seems okay, no? Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. We have the chest. We have bonfire immediately. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna smith, because it's possible that the thing that we get from the chest improves our rest in one way or another. Okay, that didn't do it. And because of the results, it means that it was always wrong to do this. Never do this, it is just wrong. But yeah, by turn 3, you probably have all your scaling in play, so I guess you're probably chilling, right? You already have your scaling in play. Probably don't need the extra energy at that point. I think we can wish for turbo here. Reboot. Claw. Ex post facto fatalism. That was a lot of fancy words that I don't understand. Is that the fancy way of saying results-based thinking? Dude, I can't wait to do the exact same thing except say that Claw build is the best build ever because it won this run. It's gonna be so epic. I had a run with Golden Seal and I had the Regent Power card that gives you 30 gold at the end of combat. That's really funny. I mean, wouldn't it... Is Royalties is only like 1? Is it 1? 1 energy? Or is it 2? Royalties... Royalties, 1. Yeah, so I guess you were just chilling. Part of the issue with Wish on Watcher was, like, stalling, right? If you were using it for the gold mode. So I was like, does it work out that it didn't really matter that you did one thing one way or the other? I don't know. Like, I don't know. These are kind of the same. We rest. Probably I don't speak Spanish either. How did you know I didn't speak Spanish? 4th Claw. Whenever you shuffle your draw pile, choose a card from it to put into your hand. The Claw. Chain up to 3 attacks with Sharp 3. I mean, I don't think that, like, really matters, right? We're definitely removing one. I kind of want to take Potion of Capacity because that's like scaling. Permanent scaling would be nice. We're probably playing our entire hand every turn, so this doesn't matter. Sell a Curse. And I don't know if putting a Skill Potion's probably better than Flex Potion because we don't have multi-hit, and like, you could say that playing a bunch of claws is multi-hit, but the scaling is there by itself, so I don't think it matters. So I'm gonna discard this and bring a skill potion just in case I have to block something, and go from there. You didn't know how to pronounce agave? What do you mean? That's how you pronounce it, right? Like, I gave you a soda? Is that not how it's pronounced? I think we can just play everything, right? I just was wondering if I wanted to do something with the wish that was particular. We also probably don't need to be targeting the Spectral Knight because our deck doesn't care. Our deck's probably playing everything all the time anyway, so it doesn't matter. Oh, I guess wishing for all for one earlier might have been a plan. It's crazy! It's crazy! It's broken! Claw's is the best card ever! Sweet. Himself Sweeping Beam, Darkness, Big Decline. So we rest for the 2 HP. Might be Brightest Flame, I think. Goes up to 5. I think it's Brightest Flame. Yeah, probably just Flame. Okay, the plan is simple. We kill them, and they die. So what is the best way to do that? I think we can... We want to wish for, like, Scrape and possibly All for One. We want to draw Claws plus All for One this turn, which I think means wish for Scrape first. Then we discarded Defend. We have another wish. We can wish for... I was thinking wish for Energy. The reboots are kind of awkward in my hand. Flame is draw 3. We go to 10. Which seems okay. This goes to 10. So we're just blocking this turn. We have 4 energy. Looks like... I don't want to wish for Cool-Headed. What do we have left in our deck? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like 5 0 costs left? I'm wondering if picking up Scrape is a good idea, because I was going to save the hologram to pick up an All for One, and now I'm like, I don't know. Like, we can just commit the Glacier, and then we have 9 block a turn, and that's pretty good. Hologram, Brightest Flame, also an option. The problem is having too many cards in my hand, honestly. Which I guess means we could just wish for these Claws and put them in my hand. That's another option. Yeah, you know what? That actually sounds not bad. So, like, we want to draw the All for One here, which means we pick up Brightest Flame, and then we find it off this Cool-Headed. Nope. Still in the deck. Could put Feral into play. We have a Reboot. Thing is, if we reboot into All for One, it's not very good because there's nothing in the discard. But we're also drawing all of this next turn, which means I think we can just do this. Not play a thing, and then as long as that's not the last card in our deck, then we're pretty good. Motherfucker. Ah! Okay. 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 Alright. Alright. It's fine. It's fine. Everything is fine. I'm fine. Everything's just kind of bad. This goes up to 15, up to 18, that's fine. Like the My Hero Academia finale, that was disappointing. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just don't got it like that. And then when you don't got it like that, you don't got it like that. Strike would have triggered Fan and so given one more block. Dang. Yeah, honestly, I don't know why it's so difficult for me to keep track of the possible... the things, you know? The things, all the stuff, the relics. Because I feel at least moderately decent at keeping track of my relics in Chaos Zero, but that's because they're a lot easier and... I want to say higher impact, but, you know, the impact of these relics is obviously quite high. I think Scrape here works. 4 cards, we're down to 6. Turbo is available. I think this is like a turbo play these, pick up all for one. I really like the My Hero finale. I've heard it's a little bit, I've heard it's a little, how do you say? Contentious? Is that the term? There's contention on it. I didn't watch the finale either. Yep. Those ones for sure. I don't know when we're going to use this energy potion. Divisive. There was contention regarding the finale. There we go. So it was divisive. I was going to say, sadly, we can't play this Glacier and the Feral on the same turn. Little did they know that I was a gamer. But there. End of your turn, if that's in your hand, take 3 damage. Yeah. So now they discard. That's actually kind of a big deal. Because it stubs your draw. Oh, they also don't have exhaust, do they? You can't exhaust them. Oh shit. That's that feels like a good way for us to get cooked. How do you play Out of Wither? Does that go between turns? Oh my god, it does. Huh. Okay. I mean, it doesn't really change what we're doing, but that is kind of like a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do I pick up Brightest Flame, I think? Yep, Brightest Flame. Play these cards. Pick up a bunch of stuff. Scrape not doing a whole lot here. We can wish for hologram. Just wondering if yeah, I guess I don't. Gonna have 4 withers in hand, and then 2 cards I can't play. This is like, doesn't draw that much. I think I just jam reboot, honestly. Partially because I don't want the reboot in my deck for when I inevitably start playing all the other cards. Oh, and it has a turn where it just puts it in your whatever. Like, the plan is simple. We just kill them. Wow! Check the statuses. Oh, shit, my bad. Did something happen to them? GG! We did it! The claws! The claws! They did it, the claws! I mean, again, this is personally what I've been struggling with a lot in Spire, is that I feel like this run, I don't necessarily feel like I made very many decisions this run. Like, I felt like I drafted some claws, picked an Ori, and then won the game. Like, he got an all-for-one on the Act 2 boss after we drafted a claw deck, and then I'm like, okay, I don't really know what to say. Scrape was insane. Scrape getting us Brightest Flame, Beam Cell, Wish, Turbo, like, all of that was insane. I don't really know, man. These runs feel very winnable, because I just got literally everything. It's the runs where, like, I'm struggling that I don't know what to do. But if we just win every run, just win every run. Congratulations. 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 So that's gonna be the ending, huh? For sure. Sorry, I only know the meme. Run history. Died. I think it was this one. This one was literally just... Oh, I guess there was, like, more than I thought there was. I didn't remember that I picked up 2 Noxious Fumes. Yeah, this deck was, like, glam accuracy into just hope to God that the things die, because our blocking was not there. Our blocking was, like, deflect plus scare. So this one was fun. Because my fight here was, you know... These new withers also had a bug that got patched almost immediately, where they retained if you had Runic Pyramid. Well, that's kind of funny. That is pretty funny. Yeah, because stuff like burns, I imagine, need a specific line of text that make you discard it when you have retain. Because you don't retain burns in Spire 1, right? So it'd be the same thing here, where they had to, like, add something. I believe we transformed into the tracking? No, we just picked... Wait, what? Why did I pick tracking? Was it after Blade of Ink? No, we got Blade of Ink at the boss. I don't know why I picked tracking here. Finger Strike, Poison Stab. Maybe it was because I thought I was going to get Blade of Ink? I don't know. It's because I had Scare? Nope. I just took it. I assume it's because old withers used to have retain, but it could be that, I don't know. Yeah, I think cards like Burns specifically discard themselves after they've done their effect. Or that's how it worked in Spire 1. Which means that, like, they can never they don't trigger on discard, basically. I don't think. It's like, at end of turn, like, deal damage to yourself, discard this card, something like that. Which is why Retain would never keep it in your hand. So, barring that line of text, I think... Again, this is like comparing Spire 1 to Spire 2 code. It's different, but I imagine they needed to have like a specific line of text that made sure you discarded it. Alright, well, I mean, I guess that's the stream. We have like 2 minutes to hit the 2-hour mark, just for the purposes of YouTube knowing that I'm not dead. But I don't think we can fire up another one. When am I gonna play this gimmick game? I don't know. I feel like I want to do something like... Maybe Saturday will be the actual variety stream where I do a bunch of different things, because like I said, oh, it'll be variety because like I can play whatever on that stream, like play Pokemon. Rants have been donating for Pokemon, but maybe it's more like, you know, if a bunch of people, not saying that there would be a bunch of people, but if more than one person donated, then I could just do a bunch of them. And then also it would let me do stuff like, oh, I can do like Yu-Gi-Oh as well on that day, and oh, I can also do like Yu-Gi-Oh in the evening, probably maybe donation stuff first, and then like I feel like that would open up time. Probably also Chaos Zero. If I did like 4 things, we went for 8 hours, then it'd be like Chaos Zero for a bit. So there's Gimmick. We might lead with Gimmick on Saturday. Because yeah, Friday is your only weird day, right, boy? Like you're out role-playing. We can do Gimmick on Saturday at start. Then maybe I'll do something else. And then part of the reason for this is also that I was thinking of streaming less days. Because, well, first of all, if I did one 8-hour stream when I've been doing like 2, like only 2s, then that's kind of, the point is to like reduce the amount of days that I'm doing stuff, right? So that I can work more on editing and stuff, because I think the pre-edited content for Arknights had mostly done well, and I think also the pre-edited content posted as shorts did pretty well. So I would like to do that more. I've been finding that I've been like occupying my time doing other things when I feel like I shouldn't be. So maybe if I had one day where I like do more of a marathon stream, and then the other days are like, are like very, very low commitment, like this stream right now, where it's like, I'm just gonna go for 2 hours and then be like, okay, I'm out of here, goodbye. It also helps with like the flow of doing stuff for me, because I find myself to be usually a little bit out of battery when I finish stream, which is kind of like, okay, well, it's your social battery. It's like, no, yeah, kind of. Feels weird to like immediately open the editing software afterwards and like get to it, but that could also be like a personal thing that I should be working on anyways. Possibly. So I might be looking at 3 a week. I might do like 2 weekdays, and then Saturday we'll do like a whole bunch of stuff. But this was just like a thought that came to me the other day, so I don't know yet. We'll definitely at least do Gimmick on Saturday, and then I don't know if we'll do more stuff. But I might also like stop posting schedules. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But I definitely want to. Like, I'm just trying to find the right access to be, like, doing content that people care about, I guess. I don't know. Or, like, can support growth. Because I sure have been getting recommended a lot of 1K Andes who gap me so hard in analytics that, like, I don't even know why I'm still here. Like, it's pretty embarrassing, actually. How well the one tricks are, like, there are like times 5 all my analytics, which is like, damn. I don't know. It's just a bit of a reality check, right? Of like, well, what am I... Clearly, I should be doing something different if I'm doing this poorly. So, I want to look into remedying that. Anyways, that's going to be it for today. If you're still here, I'm going to say, hey, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here. Appreciate your support, as always. And I will see you next time. Probably at least stream Wednesday, Saturday. Don't know about Friday yet, but we'll see. All right. See y'all later. Bye. Goodbye.